Sorry about that. The video got cut off. It was too cute, so maybe I'll try to leave the phone like this. Um, okay. So like Cristiano is able to rise above his like human frailties if he has any to get the job done, like be excellent. He's very good with his mind. Um, and intuition. I feel like his intuition is really like amazing. That's cool. I feel like friendships really mean a lot to him, but they don't like. He doesn't let people like throw his vibe off. You know, like you can be his friend, but like don't be like messing with him. You know, kind of like it's easy for him to draw a boundary. I feel like. Um, I feel like he's very generous in terms of like in his love life. He's not overly critical. It's um, you know like it's like the equivalent of having like a soft filter, seeing things through a soft filter. So he's not like overly critical, and so you don't have to be perfect to be his partner, but like you know good enough, like doing well enough, you know. You know, he's I feel like he's really dedicated to the son of his that's playing uh, football, but not like being overly helicopter about it. Like it's just like you know you're in position to do well. It's up to you to do to do the work, and he did his part to like get him to that place. If you think of it like a point on a graph, like he was able to like show him to position him on this point in the graph, and now it's up to him to like go directly upwards on that point. Like, maybe he has a very scientific or that type of mind, like a logical type of mind, because that seems very um, sciencey way to think about it, like the way I see it. Um, I feel like he's like really good with animals, but he doesn't like spend a lot of time around animals. But like when he does, like it's nice, you know, that kind of sweet, silly, unconditional love you can get from a pet and stuff. Like I said before, he's not like perfectionist in his relationship, in his close relationships. I feel like it's just like he wants them to be like enjoyable. There's this kind of like male, kind of oppressive energy that's like in his vicinity. Um, but I think like he can just sort of classify that as like that's their way, like that's their vibe, and I'm not gonna own any part of the negativity or like lack of tact or aggressiveness of this person. Like we coexist, but you're not me. It could be a good way to cope with that. So there's just a lot of maintenance of keeping the vibe high for him, because there's a lot of people who could potentially, if he was more loose about it, like people could bring his vibe down. But like he's very good at and conscious of keeping the vibe high, like it's like a main occupation. Yeah, and he like when I feel like when he makes a decision, it can be like just a sudden like right turn. Like it's not like a huge, it's not like a long shot type of choice, but it's just like he can make a quick adjustment if he needs to. If it's like a pivot of like 90-degree pivot, which might seem like surprising to some people, but like just like in his game, like he's able to pivot quickly in life and like important choices and not like stressing about it too hard. Like it is what it is. Teams are teams and they're all basically like doing the same thing at the end of the day, being a professional team. So it's like, okay. I don't feel like he's cold to like teams that he's on, not at all. But like he's realistic. Like if something's not working or if he needs to make a move, like it's done. Like, uh, I don't know. I don't know if there's like I guess with football like there's songs and stuff. I get the feeling he really likes if there's a song about him that fans cheer like that's positive. Like I feel like he really likes that. Like you know most people would I guess, but like anyway I just feel like he likes that. Like if people celebrate him through singing like his song, whatever that. I don't watch soccer. I watch like highlights sometimes if I'm curious, but it's very rare. Okay. Like one time I watched, like I didn't really understand the game of rugby, like what the deal, like why people liked it. But then I watched like a highlight reel of like the best ever rugby, and I was like, oh, okay, like it's actually quite an elegant game, like when played well, like I get it. So and similarly, like soccer, what football, whatever, can be like very elegant. Okay. Okay, Cristiano. um, I feel like he'd like to spend more time like in his like a hometown. Like his home like country, like specifically like I guess he's from an island, um, off Portugal or something. And so I just feel like he really gets like a good kind of vibe when he's there. Uh, and he's just not spending enough time there because he's busy. I feel like there's an intellectual side that isn't being like as exercised as much as he would like given the people around him in his immediate vicinity. Like he's not around like as many like brainiacs as he would like. He's very multi-talented, so there's more to life than sport, and so but because family and sport take up so much of his time, like he doesn't have extra time for you know developing his using his intelligence in other ways, like as much as he would like, or having like really bright people just discussing stuff with him. Like you would if you weren't like crazy busy. If you were just like chit chatting with people. Okay. Yeah, because I feel like he has a very romantic, like, I'm gonna to say creative side, but like it's like adoring. Like if someone sees beauty, like some people might be like, "Oh, that's beautiful," but then some people just go off and like be able to be poetic about it or just feel it more deeply. So I feel like he feels things very deeply in a loving way, which is like very sweet. And like, so he has a romantic side, like in life, like with people, but in life too, just about like stuff that's great or beautiful. um I feel like there's like two elements of like his side business stuff that like needs some work, or maybe needs to switch out some people who are like helping him just to like really refine his brand, because I feel like they're kind of like off message or like off aesthetic. And so maybe he could like decide for himself how he wants to be perceived, or what he values in terms of image, or like what is beautiful to him, or what's masculine to him, or whether he wants to project, and just start from there, like start from him instead of from like people with random ideas. I don't know who he has doing his like image making stuff, but I feel like they're like off the mark a bit. And if they could just make it a little more, I don't know if the word's like classy, elegant, like more understated elegance. Like how some brands, like, you know how, like, okay, you know how some brands have like their logo all over everything? But then there's some designers who, like, you can just know just looking at the clothing, there doesn't need to be a tag, like who made it and how high quality it is. Like, it's really kind of stealth elegance. So like that, I think that kind of would be a good direction for his stuff, his marketing, product kind of stuff, to just like raise the level of elegance and make it more understated. As I feel that would reflect his true essence, because like he has a sort of private side, and then that is reflected in his products instead of like, you know, being like extra, or you know, whatever. um I feel like he's being asked to do way too much like appearances, like charity work kind of appearances and stuff, and it's like taking away from the quality of his life. So he really needs to just like be more economical about his time, how much he's giving of his time in that way, so that there's a good balance. He's still doing stuff, but it's like maybe he's doing stuff like together. Let's say instead of making 5 separate appearances, he'll invite those 5 groups of businesses or people or charities together and make one appearance, and then, you know, make announcements on all of them at that one appearance, instead of running around or flying to different places. Like having representatives from these companies coming to him to make like the announcement that helps their organization or whatever. And then he could spend more time back home, like instead of running around trying to help, you know, trying to save the world, like here and there. Um, okay, I feel like his, I don't know too much. Like I didn't watch that Netflix show about his girlfriend and everything, but I feel like his mom has like a strong opinion, uh, in regards to his like relationship status, and it's based on having like values and priorities that are like important to her and like traditional to her, that might not be shared like in every single place in the world, but like it's important to her. um, and I feel like it's I feel like it's best if he listens to her, because she's been good to him, his mom, and he shouldn't betray her for the sake of making like the public happy, or uh, the rigorousness in which he runs his sporting life, like you know, can be reflected in other parts of his life too. Rigor in it. Okay. I mean, I don't know if they've gotten married or anything, but let's say they haven't. I feel like if he has like a small cathedral built, or something like that, like a gesture like that, that's very cool, beautiful architecturally, um, in his hometown. I don't know what is there already, but like, let's say it's something that is like to glorify God, um, like a cathedral. That might be a really cool thing to do if he believes in God, which I believe he does. Um, so there's that, and that would make his mom feel good too, I feel. Um, okay, I'm just looking at some other energies here. I feel like there's some like people, women who pressure him for attention, but like it's not like in a really positive way, and doesn't really serve him. So he's like polite, but it's like, hey, how you doing? Okay, bye. Like, it's nothing. They're not like. He's really conscious about how he builds his life, and if they're not like positively contributing to his life, uh, it's not for him. I feel like he has a sort of timeline of like 2 years, maximum 3 years, to sort of think over his next phase in his personal life. I'm kind of tiptoeing around the subject, but like seeing how it goes. Let's say. Um, I just feel like his girlfriend's vibe is more like childlike in terms of her being able to navigate like complicate like relationship stuff, like like being codependent rather than like interdependent. So like things are going well now, but like if pressure were applied, or like things didn't go her way, it would be interesting to see how she would. Sorry, I got cut off. It'd be interesting to see how she would deal with things not going her way, like if her character would change. Uh, you know, um, yeah. So okay, I'm just gonna wrap up the reading because my phone doesn't seem to have a lot of memory. Um, Yeah, I just feel like you're, I mean, I saw this in an interview and I'm seeing it again doing the reading. Like he's really picky about like what he eats, like what he wants his kids to eat, like in terms of healthy food and stuff. So I really feel like his like critique of like different foods, I kind of feel that. Um, I would just say like the negative presence of like people who aren't like serving his best interest in terms of his image making, like his I guess marketing stuff, um, and product design stuff. Um, needs like if he's getting relatives or something to do it now, like or close friends, like he should really just get the people that are best for the job. Like I feel like, and then what I was saying before about his products, just to make them more elegant and understated, like to reflect his character more. Um, okay, and then yeah, just and then that other male presence that's kind of crabby and stuff, like in up in his face a lot. I don't know if that's like a coach or if that's like anyway, someone who has like direct access to him, like frequently close to him, and it feels like in the home too. But I don't know if they like talk on the phone or if he visits or I don't know. Like anyway, someone who's like really present in his life, who's a man who like can be highly critical or like overly negative and stuff. Um, for him to not take it to heart, and it's just like where that person is at, and you're where you're at, and you're both doing your job, and to not like get all mad about it and stuff. Like it is what it is. And like if it makes sense logically to make like a 90-degree turn to something else, like he'll do that. Nothing new under the sun in terms of like high octane career, in professional sports. It feels like you often have to deal with very strong personalities and strong opinions and stuff, and still find your way to have like a easygoing, like peaceful, enjoyable life alongside all that. I just feel like his girlfriend's a bit of a curveball, and can come up with some like unpredictable behaviors that are not necessarily like as classy as him. And but he doesn't like think that like how somebody else behaves reflects really on him. Like he sees himself as just like the boyfriend of, or like they're not just like one amoeba like of this of sameness, like you know like people are different, people can be silly in different ways, and it's like he doesn't want to particularly be alone, and so like you have to put up with people to a certain degree, like to have a nice time. Personally, I'm like more of a loner type, like lone wolf kind of like a, and so it's like it's cute for me to witness him being so like um, allowing, Um, yeah, I just feel like I want to raise the roof of like how much joy he feels, like so I'm just gonna try to see like because I feel like there's a bit of a ceiling on that. It's too low for my liking. Okay, well, if it's possible for him to like really plan, let's, like I was saying before, his schedule for like appearances and charities and stuff is so deep that like he doesn't have enough time for like to decompress. So I feel like if he can like I said before, like get like 5 different organizations together for one event, you make them feel special and then and then he has like maybe 2 weeks like in on a Greek island or back home or wherever, like someplace that makes him feel relaxed and nurtured and playful and like the pressure's off. Like he needs to do that, you know, and if it means like leaving the kids with his mom for that time, like it's nice for the kids to get to know her or whatever. He needs to have some time to just be like let his inner child like be free, you know, where there's not too many like fans and stuff around, and to like connect with nature and stuff in a peaceful manner. Okay, so I feel like that would raise his level of joy. Maybe to the point where he actually buys property somewhere super chill like that. Like, I don't know, I've never been to Greece, but like I gather it's peaceful. I've been to Maui, and like just having that like ocean view, like the blue water, like that kind of like feeling of like the water just absorbing all the stress, like, and just the simplicity of Greek architecture. I don't know, just like that kind of vibe like might be really healing for him to have a little getaway there in a place where it's not overrun with people. I don't know. But like if it was like his, if he owned it, it seems like better to me than visiting a hotel. And it could be a place that like, you know, in his retirement years, like that would be nice. And I don't know if he ever visits like Egypt or something. I feel like if he did, it'd be a good idea. I don't know. Okay. Just try to find like a last thing to just focus on. I just want to keep like finding like beautiful sections of energy for him, like so it doesn't seem so cloistered. Yeah, and if he builds this church or like cathedral back home, I feel like his kids could get married in it later, and it'd be really sweet for him to watch that, or like you know, stuff like that. Have family, important family occasions there, like you know. And I guess if it's a cathedral, like you get it blessed and stuff, and you know, he could have a say in like his mom could have a say in like some design aspects that would make it like really, sorry that got cut off, that would make the like the cathedral or church like really beautiful. Anyway, I'll sign off because I made this video super long. Anyway, it's cool to like check out his energy. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon.